hereby reconvene the Board of Education special meeting in open session at 5:05 p.m. Please note that this meeting is both recorded and live streamed for public viewing. I would like to welcome the community members in attendance this evening. As a reminder, governing board meetings are a business meeting of the board held in public, and although public participation is encouraged, it is not the public's meeting. It is the duty of the board president and/or clerk to maintain an orderly, respectful, and peaceful meeting where all perspective, voices, and opinions are welcome. Please refrain from speaking while another person has the floor. At the scheduled time on the agenda, individuals wishing to provide public comment will be called upon one at a time to do so in accordance with bylaw 9323. The board cannot and will not respond to non-agendized items, but a staff member will reach out to you on matters that may need to be reviewed as appropriate. The board did not take any formal action in closed session. I call on Vista Murrieta High School JROTC students, and
you can call on one of us to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, I call on Nancy Young for the Pledge of Allegiance.
No, they're first.
Oh, they're first?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, let's begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, excellent job. Item D3, approval of the agenda. That calls for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Item D4, special recognition. I call on Dr. Andrews.
I'm going to move to the other podium in just a moment, but I just want to appreciate everyone's reverence for the flag ceremony. It's quite an honor to see our students in action that way and us to honor our country and them. So I'll move to the podium. This may be a little easier for all involved. It's my absolute pleasure for the next portion of the board meeting is a special recognitions. Tonight we're honored with a few distinguished guests here to recognize our newest additions to the California Purple Star School designation. Before I proceed, we want to recognize these folks. I think they're here, so please stand. Representing California Senator Kelly Ciardo, Amanda Fisher. There's Amanda. Thanks for being here, Amanda. We know Kelly is busy, so we will excuse him. But we do appreciate Riverside County Board Supervisor Chuck Washington. Chuck, thanks for being here tonight. Our Mayor, City Mayor Cindy Warren. And from Camp Pendleton, Colonel Medeiros. Thank you. Your presence here tonight is a testament to the collaborative spirit that defines our community. It's with great pride that we recognize Antelope Hills Elementary School, Buchanan Elementary School, and Monte Vista Elementary School with the California Department of Education Purple Star Schools. This prestigious recognition designates and celebrates their exceptional dedication to our military-connected students and their families. Currently, Murrieta Valley Unified School District proudly hosts 8 Purple Star schools, serving over 3,500 connected students. That's 3,500 students whose families are currently serving in the military in some capacity. These 8 schools, but 3 more tonight, exemplify creating a nurturing environment where military students feel at home, facilitating seamless transitions for students, providing robust academic support and opportunities for student success, maintaining dedicated military representatives and active participation in our district's military support committee, organizing special events to honor our military students and families throughout the year. Prioritize training and community partnerships to strengthen and support these efforts for faculty on campus. Really, it helps us know who these kids are and how do we take care of them. We deeply appreciate this outstanding commitment to those who served our nation. I'd like to invite the Colonel up, our Deputy Commander of MCI West at Camp Pendleton, to say a few words. Colonel?
Thank you, sir. I'm going to have to recruit that color guard when I'm done. They look pretty sharp. All right. I have a few words here I'm going to speak about real quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and especially the remarkable members of the Murrieta Valley Unified School District, good afternoon. So on behalf of my boss, Brigadier General Brown, thank you very much for allowing us the opportunity to come out here. As Dr. Andrews said, my name is Colonel John Medeiros. I am the Deputy Commander for Marine Corps Installations West. The boss is out east at a conference, better him than me, so I'm glad to be here. I did misjudge the traffic coming out from Camp Pendleton, though. I live on base at Camp Pendleton. This is, I got to talk to someone about that. Today we recognize the Murrieta Valley Unified School District as a shining example of excellence in the education. My folks did some rough numbers. We're looking at approximately 19 to 2,000 students in this district area. Active duty military connected students. This district recognizes, as the doctor said, 8 of its schools as Purple Heart schools, sending a powerful message to military families that, you know, military families can trust their children's education in capable hands, allowing them to focus on their mission without added burden of worrying about the child's schooling. So full disclosure, I grew up in the military. My father was a Marine, and some of you are prior service Marines and service members here. There's this twilight tour that a lot of the retirees like to do. So my dad decided he wanted to do a twilight tour back home in Jersey, okay? And so there aren't bases in the area that he picked. He went to what's called an I&I unit, instructor unit, where you're kind of out on your own. So we went up there, and no kidding, 3 high schools later, I finally graduated, all right? We didn't have stuff like this back in those days. And at the same time, my father deployed to Kuwait. He went to go work with reserves as the I&I, telling my mom he wouldn't deploy. And sure enough, within 2 months, he was gone. So when Dad's gone, I'm the man in the house, and that was not a good thing for my mom, right? So I bounced around a couple high schools, but you know, having the staff who understand the needs of that military, because, you know, that military dependent and the children, speaks volumes about what you put into it. Because let's face it, the #1 mission that I really care about is winning the nation's battles. I would love to think that my kids are doing well in school, but I got to focus on other things. And the fact that the school puts forth the effort, the duty experts and the SMEs and the educators to stay on top of that stuff, you know, it does not go unnoticed. So thank you so much for everything you do. In closing, I extend my sincere thanks to the school staff, Superintendent Dr. Andrews, and the entire Murrieta Valley School community, your unwavering support and dedication to this proud tradition that you all do here. So thank you very much. Hoorah and Semper Fi.
Appreciate that. Mr. Washington, you've got a few words too. You're never short of words. Yeah. I know. That's ask the board. We'll save those for later. Why don't you share a few words and then we'll do those next.
Sure, why not? Former Navy, so don't take offense. You speak well for a Marine. We're cousins, so we can tease one another. It's a great joy to be here and a pleasure to be here and an honor to be here. Mr. President, trustees, Mr. Superintendent, Murrieta has come a long way. So thank you for having me. Our community has a strong track record of supporting the military-connected families. It's an honor to know that the state of California recognizes this trait of ours as well. Being a designated Purple Star school means that families can rest assured that the Buchanan, Monte Vista, and Antelope Hills elementary schools are committed and equipped to meet the distinct needs of military families. But they aren't the only ones. With the inclusion of these 3 schools, MVUSD now boasts 8 Purple Star schools in the district. This distinction not only holds a special place in my heart as a veteran, but also as a proud papa to 2 Buchanan boys, my grandsons Kellen and Corbin. And if you have any questions and need to be filled in on the background of the benefits of TK, I got a TKer. And so I'm all for it. I can recall being an active duty member with the Navy with a young child. And by the way, there was no internet then, so it was only letters. I know you probably had Skype and email and on your deployments. Just teasing. I can recall being an active duty member of the Navy with a young child. There are challenges that all new parents face, but also the others, unique to only military-connected families. The missed milestones, the frequent moves. If you're a military brat, you get it. In fact, the U.S. Department of Defense reports that military families move on average every 2 to 3 years, causing disruption to the child's environment, support networks, and friend groups. But nothing gets you through it like knowing your community is behind you. That's the importance of having Purple Star schools in the 3rd District. The Purple Star School program is designed to help schools respond to the educational, social, and emotional challenges military-connected children face during their transition to a new school and keep them on track. It's just one way we say, hey, we've got your back and we're here to work with you because we respect you and appreciate your sacrifice for our freedom. I'd like to personally thank all our veterans, military-connected folks in the room tonight, and I salute the Colonel, and also extend a thank you to the staff of Murrieta Valley Unified School District for going above and beyond to acquire this distinction. Recognitions like this don't just happen. There are countless public servants working behind the scenes, out of the spotlight, to qualify our schools for this honor. There's a whole application process, certain criteria to meet, and not everyone makes the mark. Thankfully, at MVUSD, we have personnel who know that designating a school as military-friendly is impactful and important to our community. With that, I'd ask that you all join me in a round of applause as I present the certificates, which I'll do later, but it's here. And I just want to say, from a professional perspective, as someone who's been a county supervisor for the last 10 years and watched this county grow and thrive, if you didn't notice, we are the fastest growing county in the state. And the fastest growing part of Riverside County is the Southwest, right here, where we all call home. And within Riverside County, the highest concentration of veterans is right here. So it shows we're putting our actions where our words are. We're not just talking the talk, we're walking the walk. And so I appreciate everything the school district is doing for families of veterans. Thank you.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's have our principals come up with your liaisons and your entourages, and we'll have you face the board. I'm going to have you introduce your people here in just a second. So be together. We're going to go in a line this way. Yeah, stand together. Preston, where's your people? Just you. Phil? And your team? Where's Deneen Harrison? Deneen, get up here. Come on up here, Deneen. Mrs. Harrison, outstanding work. So we're going to do introductions. Actually, I'm going to have you do introductions because you know everybody. How do you?
Like each of us say our name and pass.
You introduce.
Oh, come on. Okay. I'm Deneen Harrison. I'm the military liaison here. One of them, we just acquired another military liaison, Denise Goldsmith. She's also representing Buchanan. And then we have Tamara. I'm not going to be able to do last names, but Jessica, Philip, or Phil is a principal at Buchanan. And then we have Beth from Monte Vista. Then we have Pamela from Monte Vista. And then we have Preston Fairchild from Antelope.
Well, that was way better than I could do. Thank you. So Deneen leads the entire committee for the district, and she's helped now 8 schools apply for and receive this recognition. So we really appreciate Deneen. So at this time, those who have certificates, why don't you come forward? And then if you'd like to say a few words, Cindy, do you want to go first? And then Amanda, and then Chuck. This one?
Sure, go ahead.
That's fine, go ahead.
Well, good evening. Everything Chuck said times a million, truly. I am the spouse of a military Vietnam veteran who lost his life due to Agent Orange exposure. He was a riverboat commander. And yes, go Navy. I'm a very proud spouse. And my son, sorry about that. And my son was a very proud son. And we support our military 100%. And what you are doing to help their children feel welcomed, feel safe, and feel supported goes beyond measure. And I'm just so proud to present these certificates to you. So we'll do the schools first. Antelope Hills, I have a certificate of recognition for you. There you go. Monte Vista Elementary School. And Buchanan. And I have more. I brought more. They did not. So we are going to do Denise Goldsmith. We have Jason. Is it Rawson? Okay, I will give that to you. Thank you, Jason. In Tamara? Yeah. Jessica? Beth. Thank you so very much. Leilani?
I'll accept that one.
Okay, wonderful. Again, thank you to the school board, thank you for the school. Murrieta is so proud of you, and I'm honored to be here tonight to give you these awards. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Amanda or Chuck, Chuck's first? Chuck, come on up.
I asked Deneen to take pictures. That's fine. She said I can do that. I'm Air Force.
Air Force and Navy.
Oh, man. I shouldn't get off track. I especially need to get a picture with the principal of Buchanan because my boys love him. And I've been there a couple times on campus on Veterans Day. My T-Care that I reference was born on Veterans Day. So I feel like he's kind of just, yeah, you get it.
I have Navy and Marines.
But not Air Force and Army. I have Monte Vista Elementary School. Who should I give that to? Yeah. And then finally, Antelope Hills Elementary School.
Thank you.
here, but I just want to shout out everyone listening.
All right, Amanda, there you go.
Hello, everyone. Go Marines. My late husband was in the Marines, and my grandfather was as well. And fun fact, they had the same MOS and stayed in the same barracks, one in the 50s and, one in the early 2000s. So, but anyways, on behalf of Senator Ciarto, I would like to congratulate all of you. I know our office has worked very hard with Deneen to extend the program, and we are thrilled that 3 more schools have been honored with this. And if there's anything you guys ever need, please reach out to us. So first up is Antelope Hills. There you go. Buchanan. There we go. You're welcome. And Monte Vista. You're welcome.
That was it. That was fast. Sorry. All right. Monica, are we taking pictures? We'll take a quick recess. This is the longest part of the board meeting. That's good news. Thank you. Yes. And I don't know if you noticed, I'm just going to call him out. Mr. Pardue is Army veteran. So there you go. Okay. So, and Mr. Diffley who our former board member for 2 decades, was Navy, I think. Navy Corpsman. So we appreciate all that you do. We're going to ask the schools to sit down just for a moment or make your way outside. No, actually, why don't you just have a seat real quick, please. I have 2 people, Maria Swanson and Deneen Harrison. Are you here, both of you? I know Deneen's here. Both, Maria? Yeah, come up, please. We'd like to recognize these 2 individuals. Oh, come on up. They do tremendous work in their role for the district as a whole, facilitating these liaison meetings and the work that we do. And we're just I'm glad to tag along, right? I'm just glad to be associated with these people and the great work that they do. So thank you so much for all that you've done.
Thank you.
So with your permission, could we take a brief pause? And I think trustees like to have you join us outside for a couple of photos with dignitaries. Thank you.
Absolutely. Recess. I would like to, I just would like to say something about military families, and I know a lot of people are gone, but this week, my fellow teacher, my buddy, his son's on the USS Carl Vinson. His wife and his son, who's in 7th grade, was going to fly out to Honolulu to go on a Tiger cruise. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Tiger cruise, but I've been telling them, hey, I taught Cody. Cody is his son who's in the Navy. And they were all excited to go on the trip. And they got notified that they were getting sent to the Middle East this week. And the whole trip got canceled. And so it's not just a trip, but of course the concern of what you're doing. And for military families, I always, I'm just so appreciative of the school, because that's the place that you have some sense of normalcy, right? And every time you see the news, these kids are reminded of what their family members are going through. So I think it's just so important that we do what we do, and it's so great that we recognize the schools that are doing this, and so I'm really thankful for that. So I wanted to make that comment. I think we're moving on to D5. Am I in the right spot? I feel like I am.
Yeah, that's correct, D5. And I don't believe we have any public comment. You could go to 8.
With no public comment, all right. And now we move on to E, the consent calendar.
Correct.
Consent calendar items are voted on collectively as a group. Upon board member request, items may be removed from the consent calendar for discussion and individual action. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar items E1 through E3 as presented?
So moved.
Second.
With a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries 5-0. F, action information items. F1, receive goals and directions for 2025-26 school year. I call on Dr. Andrews.
So they're attached, apologize. They're attached to the agenda. I know that the trustees received a hard copy in closed session tonight. This is a living, breathing document that we work on year-round, but it has really been a good instrument for us to adjust as things come to us, or as we receive them from trustees or direction, or things that we discover in our schools that we need to really focus our attention on. But it has provided us a strong sense of accountability for, as we lay out where we feel the district or schools or effort needs to go, we report back twice a year. The public can find former goals and directions, including updates on our website, and see our progress. And we comment on the progress at least twice a year. And so this is our current draft, looking forward to 25-26. And so we provide this to the board as the direction for the district.
Could I ask a quick question? The CTE pathways said they're being reduced from 3 years to 2 years? So
it's a way to restructure the coursework from 3 one-hour classes, because a pathway in the language, probably it's in the federal Perkins language, if I'm putting it back on my old CTE hat, it requires 360 minutes of instruction. And so because we have block periods and we have a different way to do it, we can restructure the classes to still cover the pathway amount of time that students participate, but it does facilitate scheduling.
So they're still covering the same amount of material?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Moving on. F2, approval of personnel report calls for a motion.
So moved.
We need a second.
Second.
All right, hearing a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 5-0. F3, student discipline extension expulsion case number 2023-2024-131. I call on Nancy Young.
Do I need to mention the case numbers on here? Okay. So I move that the Board of Education of the Murrieta Valley Unified School District extend the expulsion for the remainder of the current semester of the 2024-2025 school year. I think I'm supposed to read.
Yes, 4 case number.
Let me start over. Agenda item F3, student discipline, extension of expulsion case number 2023-2024- 131. And I move that the Board of Education of the Murrieta Valley Unified School District extend the expulsion for the remainder of the current semester of the 2024-2025 school year.
Second. Do we need a second?
You need a second.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 5-0. F4, approval of revised certification of authorized agents for the 2024-25 school year. Calls for a motion.
So moved.
We need a second. With a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 5-0. I call for a motion to adjourn the Board of Education. This doesn't even seem right. Is that where we're at?
Yes, this is where
was
we're
I'm in
at.
the right spot.
And it does seem right.
This is Twilight Zone
This
S.
is how meetings are supposed to be. This is normal.
It's nice that we're setting a standard. Good.
Right.
All right, well, I do call for a motion to adjourn the Board of Education meeting at, that looks like 5:38.
I move.
Or I second.
There was a movement and a second. All in favor? Aye. All, any opposed?
No.
Holy Toledo. Motion's